We all may need to face it that we may be alone. If you're burned out with dating, you're tired of dating, you've been on the dating scene for a while, you feel like nothing good is coming out of it. You're putting yourself out there, you're still not meeting the one. I think some of us got to come to the conclusion that we may not find the one, and we need to prepare to be alone. And there's nothing wrong with that, because why would you want to settle with someone you're not into? The dating market is trash. We all know that. Everyone's complaining every day on TikTok, social media, about how bad the dating scene. Where are all the good women at? Where are all the good men at? There's not enough chasing. No one's taking relationships seriously. Women are complaining about problems they created. It's not the man's fault. There are good men out there who want relationships, but they're tired of being taken advantage of. They're tired of spending their money on dates that go nowhere. And as a man, I feel like if you got to that point where you're just happy with being by yourself, just do that. If a woman comes along, if you meet someone, cool. But if not, don't go looking for it, man. Just focus on you. I think a lot of us got to come to that conclusion that we may be alone. You've been on the dating scene for too long, and still you ain't been able to find anything worthwhile. Nothing good's coming out of this. And some of us got to come to the conclusion that we're not good at dating. We don't make good partners. You have people out there who've been in relationship after relationship, and they haven't realized that they're the problem. They are not good at relationships, so I think they should just stop. You've been in 10 relationships, and they all failed because of you. And you haven't taken any accountability for that, huh? There's nothing wrong with being alone. I think when people reach a certain age, they get so desperate to be tied down to somebody, and it could be anybody, someone they're not into. And that's not healthy, because that relationship's going to end because you went into it out of desperation. You don't really like this person. You're just going with the flow, just dealing with this person because you don't want to be alone. You need to accept that you may be alone, and there's nothing wrong with that. The economy is bad right now. You had mass layoffs going on every other month this entire year. There's no job security for some people. So do you really think people are trying to get into relationships for love? No, they're trying to get into relationships for survival. They want to split bills. They want to get with someone who's making a decent amount of income so that can relieve some of the stress they have in their life. But that's not a good reason to get into a relationship. But still, that is the main reason people are looking for relationships, for help. You got a lot of people who are broke who just need some help paying the bills. And those relationships never last. So what's the point? Don't waste your time getting into a relationship like that. Most people are struggling right now. So they're just jumping into a relationship to split bills, and don't fall for that. If you're a good man, if you've done all you can to make relationships work, if you've done all you can to really get to know someone and still you're not getting the results you want, you may just need to fall back, take a break from dating, and just focus on you. Focus on building yourself, focus on stacking up this money, cut out all the distractions because you don't need it. You wasted too much time this year in 2025. You wasted too much time on women who brought no value to your life. We got to face it. We may be alone, and that is going to be the reality for most people. We're going to be alone. We know our worth as human beings. We refuse to settle. And there's nothing really out there in the dating market. When you look at it, you're coming across women on these dating apps who have not fully healed from their past relationships, and they're putting that out on you because they haven't fully healed. They're looking for help. You're coming across so many people on dating apps who are just not really taking dating seriously. They're doing it for content. They're doing it for amusement. They're bored. They're not really taking dating seriously. But at the same time, they're complaining about how bad the dating scene is. Just wasting time. No matter where you move to, you can move to another state thinking it's going to be better. That ain't going to change. Dating is bad everywhere you go. And we just got to come to the realization we may be alone, and that is fine. There's nothing wrong with being alone. I know it's not, some people feel like it's not healthy to be alone, but what other options do you have? Just get you a dog. Get you a dog or some pets, man. Because those are the only people who are going to love you unconditionally. If you're at the point right now where you are just so exhausted, you are burnt out with dating, you got dating fatigue, don't date. You keep on running into the same problems when you get on these dating apps and you're trying to get to know these women. You're attracting the wrong type of women into your life. Take a break. Do some self-reflection. Heal. But just take a break. No woman or man is going to complete your life. You got to be happy by yourself. You shouldn't be at a point in your life where you gain happiness from having somebody in your life. That is weak as a person. That means you're just going to tolerate anything. That ain't healthy. Know your self-worth. These are scary times right now. Most people are not buying. Most people are not getting married nowadays. A lot of people are not having kids right now due to the economy. It's expensive. They feel like there's no job security. A lot of people got laid off this year. They don't really have the funds to really settle down and really raise a family. You got people who are burnt out with dating. They're not even going to bars as much as they were. They're not wasting their money on fancy restaurants trying to get to know people right now. They pay for all these streaming services. They can just buy alcohol and go home and watch something on Netflix or just play video games. Most guys are cool with just going home and playing video games. That's how they unwind, and there's nothing wrong with that. You got this new Grand Theft Auto game about to come out. A lot of people are going to be busy playing that game. A lot of men are not wasting their time on dating anymore because there's not enough return on investment. Their time has been wasted for so long. They realize that being the good guy has not gotten them anywhere positive. All they've had is negative outcomes in their life from being the good guy. Trying to be Mr. Nice, doing what's right. That has gotten them nowhere. Women have taken advantage of these guys. They've used them, abused them. Wasted all that time you can't get back. Wasted all that money you can't get back on women who never cared about you. The dating market is so bad, like most people rather just be by themselves. Not the dating pool is filled with piss. And that's basically it. Nothing good is in the dating market. If you are unsatisfied, if you are unfulfilled, you're having the same problems over and over again. You've been single for a couple of years, still ain't found nobody. You've been going outside the box. You've been really putting yourself out there. You've been going to these dumb singles events that you're paying for. Going to these speed dating events, these singles events, and still you coming up short. You still ain't met the right person. You got all these women begging men to go to these speed dating events because there's not enough men going. Most men they're not signing up to go to this. They already got to pay for dating apps. Now you're asking men to come to an event where they got to pay to go to meet women they're not into. You're asking men to pay to go to these events, to be disrespected, embarrassed. Because every time these women leave these speed dating events, they go on TikTok and Instagram and talk about, oh, there weren't any guys I liked here. They're all duds, all these ugly dudes. Oh my God, dating is so bad. Who wants to be dealing with that? You're wasting my time having me go to this stupid event. And most men are waking up. They're not doing that. Men know their value. They are not wasting their time on women who bring no value into their life. Women keep on saying, where are the provider men at? Men, what happened to men taking care of women? Yeah, men have done that and they've got screwed over and divorced. Why repeat that same mistake? And some men generalize women too. They feel like shit. All these women are the same. There ain't no point. But can you blame them? Look at what they went through. Society is always on women's side. Women can't do no wrong, but you never ask how the men are doing when they go through a breakup. You want men to hide our emotions. You want men to just deal with it on our own. But we're walking with our feet. We're not wasting our time on dating. Think of all the stuff you get done when you're single and you're not wasting your money on stupid dates and taking these women out who are ungrateful at the end of the day. They're not really appreciative of all the things you do for them. Why waste your time? Focus on you. Get this money. Focus on being by yourself. If you want to have a rotation of women you dealing with and having fun with, but you're not committing to these women, by all means, do that. You have every right to do that. You are a single man. You got your whole life ahead of you, man. Listen, brothers, if you are a man, 20s, 30s, 40s, you single man, you ain't got no kids, you got to just take care of yourself, you are golden. You got a good job, you making decent money. All you gotta do is worry about yourself. You are good, bro. Don't let these women try to shame you saying you ain't making enough money, bro. You only gotta take care of yourself, man. You ain't got no kids. It's just you. You are golden. You are the prize. You know how many women get pregnant by the wrong dude? And they looking for a cleanup man? Don't be that cleanup man. But men are waking up. They ain't dealing with that anymore. They rather just be alone. And most people gotta come to the conclusion that you may be alone. You over here complaining. All these women, you on TikTok complaining every single day about the dating scene and how you can't find no man. It's you. It ain't the man's fault. It's a you problem. Women don't take accountability. Women never heal when they go through a breakup. They jump to the next dude, bringing those old problems into this new relationship, and they're not even healed. Men are waking up. I'm glad men are waking up. They're not tolerating this bull crap anymore. They got self-worth. You got your whole life ahead of you as a man. You're not on no time clock to have kids. That's the benefits of being a man. You are the prize. Shoot, these women need your seed to have a kid. They need you. Men have come to the conclusion that most women don't bring nothing. They don't bring no value to their life. Just a headache, problems, drama that they don't need. When men are alone, they're by themselves. They have no drama in their life. It's peaceful. It's just them. They're not going to invite some woman into the life who's going to disturb that peace. Why would you? Your life is so peaceful, drama free. When you're older, you don't got no time for drama, man. Leave that back in your 20s. When you hit your 30s, man, you need to live a peaceful life. Don't bring anybody into your life who can potentially disturb that peace. Peace is everything. And most people don't want to face the reality that they may be alone. You got women out here complaining, talking about this man did that. There ain't no good man. There ain't no provider man. These men ain't making enough money. Most of these women ain't making enough money. You got all these women who still live at home with their parents. They give you that bullshit excuse. I'm staying with my parents until I get married. Ain't nobody gonna marry you. You still gonna be living at your parents' house. I don't ever take a woman seriously if she still has a home with her parents. You over 30, you still live at home with your parents? Gain some independence first. Don't believe that bullshit when women tell you, it's tradition. I'm living with my mama because I'm waiting until I get married. Ain't nobody gonna marry you. You still gonna be stuck at your parents' house. You staying with your parents to help them pay their bills. It's pretty retarded to me. You can move out, but you choose not to. Don't. These women got all these high standards for men, but they don't got their stuff together. Have you noticed it's funny? Women call guys broke and dusty when they're begging them for money. Aren't you dusty if you begging somebody for money? There's no shame anymore. You got women literally begging men for money on dating apps. That's how bad the economy is right now. Women have no shame. They're begging men for money. They're begging strangers for money that they don't know on dating apps. The amount of time you spent on dating apps trying to beg men for money, trying to play the game, you could have had 2 jobs by now. That's what you're going to need to do. Stop begging men for money. And for women right now, it's like, I get it. You want to provide it. There ain't nothing wrong with that. That's your life. Those are your standards. Cool. Okay, so you want to rely on a man for finances. You don't work. Okay, what happens when he gets tired of you and he wants to break up with you? And you asked out. You ain't got no money because you were relying on this dude. What happens when I want to trade you in for a younger chick? You've been relying on me for so long, I can just cheat on you. You ain't going to leave because I got the money. I got the power. You rely on me for so much. Why can't I can just bring another girl in my house? And we could just have a poly relationship because I got the money. You got a thing that's going to happen very soon, and you're seeing it now. You're going to see a lot of women who don't mind being the side chicks to dudes with money. A lot of men will be sharing the winners. Poly is going to be, I think people getting into poly relationships, that's going to be the new normal soon. You're going to have a lot of women who are okay with just sharing a winner because he got money, he can provide. You're going to be having 3 women to 1 rich dude, and they don't care because he got money. That's going to be the new normal in the future, I'm telling you. The way the economy is not going to get any better. The housing market's not going to get any better. With AI, a lot of jobs are going to be taken already. So you're going to have a lot of women are going to be sharing rich dudes who are successful. And that's already happening now. But it's going to get worse. Not worse for the guy because he's got his rotation of women he's dealing with. You got all these women talking a big game. I would never share, man. Most women would share a winner. Don't believe that bullshit. You think if a woman has to choose between sharing a nigga who's rich or a broke dude, she's going to choose sharing the dude who's rich, period. Don't let these women fool you. Do not let these women fool you, man. Most people got to come to the conclusion that they just going to be alone. You're so unsatisfied with the dating market, the dating scene. Be alone. Stop complaining. You keep on deleting your dating apps, getting back on, deleted them, getting back on. Stay off them. You're not getting the results you want. Just be alone, be by yourself, or try to meet people in the wild. Do it normally. And I'm talking about the women. If you like a guy so much, why don't you try approaching them instead of complaining about it 24/7 on the internet? If you see a guy out there, why don't you approach it? Approach a dude. Because most men ain't gonna do that nowadays. They see no value in dating anymore. Most men are just exhausted from dating. They got dating fatigue. They are burnt out with life. They're burnt out with dating. They already work. You got men who are working over 60 hours a week. Now they gotta go on dates trying to get to know a woman. That's a dang third job right there. Most men don't have the energy to be doing that right now. Most men feel like as women, y'all asking for too much. Y'all making this money. Y'all boss chicks. Y'all making. What do you need? What do you need me for? It's funny how women make all this money, but when they get with a dude, they don't want to spend any of their money. They want him to be paying for everything. When you making over 6 figures and you expect this man to pay for everything? It's crazy. It is crazy, man. So my ex, she had a lot of successful girlfriends who come for money, right? And it's crazy because one of her friends got with this dude here in New York. This dude don't know that her dad's a millionaire. And this nigga's paying for all the bills and he don't even know. He paying all the bills for her. And she comes from wealth. But he don't know that. Who knows? Maybe what if he knows it now and he's still paying? But that was mind-boggling to me. There's a simp every day, I tell you. You over here paying all the bills for a woman whose dad is a millionaire and she's getting money, like she has her own money. Why are you paying all the bills for a woman who has her own money? But women are strategic like that. Most women ain't gonna tell you they got it. They're gonna use your money. But can you blame them? They got simps in their DMs every single day kissing their ass. So can you blame women for making the moves they make? I can't hate on her because she found a simp to be doing that. But don't fall for that, man. I'm telling you. If you meet a woman, she works a good job and out of the blue, she wants you to be paying for everything. Hell to the no. You got all these degrees, you make over 6 figures, but you want a man to take care of you? No. Dating is transactional nowadays. It ain't about love. Love will never, ever keep a relationship going long term. Money will. You know how many women are in relationships right now with dudes with money and they get cheated on and they ain't going nowhere? A lot. Money talks, I'm telling you. So I'm telling you, most people are going to have to come to the conclusion that they're going to be alone. You're so unhappy with the dating scene, the dating market. You have all these issues. You can't find nobody. You're trying all your options. You even thinking about moving to another state? No, it's going to be bad there. You're not attracting the right type of people. You're doing your part, but still, you're coming up short. Just take a break. Prepare to be alone. You got to prepare to be alone. You got to be okay with that. Can you imagine if you settled and you in a relationship? That's going to be miserable. I'd rather be by myself. You going to settle and get into a relationship with someone you don't like because you don't want to be alone. Hell no, be by yourself. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't let these people pressure you. You got the older generation pressuring you. You need to settle down and get married, blah, blah, blah. You know how many people in the past generation had to get with someone that they did not like? A lot of women weren't making money like that back in the day. They had to find somebody and rely on that person. And they got a person who was a drunk beating the hell out of them every day, but they can't leave. They ain't got no job. They relying on this one man on one income back in the day when that was doable. Where the hell is she going to go? She going to start all over again? No, she going to stay in the marriage. Yeah, that's, when you have our grandparents back in the day, you don't know what our grandparents went through. It's so hard when people say, I look up to the past generation. You don't know what the hell grandpa went through with grandma. And you didn't know that grandpa had another family on the other side of town. But grandma had to deal with that because she wasn't making no money. It's just you never know what these relationships are like. So let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I guess I'm just so tired of seeing it's every day on social media, people complain about how bad the dating market is. And from a business standpoint, I think it's so smart to do these speed dating events, to charge this money, because you have so many desperate people desperate to get into relationships. And I can't blame these people who are running these speed dating events. I need to get on that and make money with that, because a lot of desperate ass people are so desperate to get into relationships. And some of these speed dating events are pricey too. So that I can't fault them, and I can't fault these people who work at these dating apps. These dating apps are designed to keep you single and keep you paying these subscriptions, because it's addicting. You keep on feeling like you're getting closer to finding that perfect partner, but you're not. You're never going to find them. So I can't blame these people. These people are making bank. These people are making bank off of people's desperation. So it is what it is. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace.